Valentin Paret-Peintre. I can't get it. I mean, this is a hard game to play on any level. If you're 114 pounds and you're quacking in the Tour de France for 3 weeks, that's got to be hard for him to still be in this race and to punch and counterpunch with Ben Healy, the Energizer Bunny of the 2025 Tour. I mean, we said it when we said this is one of the most exciting stages so far. This is the Move podcast, talking about stage 16. I'm Lance Armstrong, joined by Sir Bradley Wiggins.
Howdy.
Mr. George Hincapie. We are going to get the hat on the show one day. And the professor.
Good morning.
Spencer Martin. We do have the professor's going to come in handy today because we got some fun stats about Mont Ventoux, the giant of Provence. It's such a special place. But Alain, tell us what we did today.
Stage 16 from Montpellier to Mont Ventoux. From Montpellier to Mont Ventoux.
As is the case each and every day. Presented by Ketone IQ. Well, coming out of the rest day, I can't think of anything worse to do than what did you tell me, Professor? That 50 kilometer average. Folks at home that think in miles, that's 31 miles an hour to the base of Mont Ventoux.
Yeah. Out of the rest day, how do you do?
Well, nasty.
Yeah, nasty. Last time I rode that was 2009. Very similar stage, flat run-in, lots of wind. Bradley, you were there. Actually, Lance was there too.
I was there.
We arrived at the foot of the Ventoux, with like 25 guys.
Somebody else has been on a rest day.
Because of the crosswinds.
Yeah.
Nasty. So what happens when something like that happens? You have to be super Mosca. You have to be paying attention because everybody's thinking about the final climb. But all of a sudden, the crosswind's happening and the peloton's exploding. And it was fun to arrive at the bottom of Ventoux, and I just kind of rode at my pace. Obviously, you guys had to race for your GC, but I think I still finished top 20, just chilling.
All right.
Do you guys remember who won that stage?
2000. That's a good question.
It's harder than you think.
Of course, Bradley remembered who.
Garate from Rabobank.
And then
Tony Martin was second.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Tony was on my team then.
Yeah, we talk about that. I mean, this is a stage that, and we saw it today, right? And we saw it during our heyday with Richard de Viveronc being able to stay away and win the stage, which I don't know how I feel about that. Ventoux is just such a special mountain, right? You would love a day where, look, it is.
You're still bitter about giving that win away, aren't you?
I'm so bitter. Very.
I could see you watching it today, just very steaming up.
I don't love it. But we'll get into all that action and just the dynamic of the race and how it played out today. Look, also too, we should, before we take care of a little business, Valentin Paret-Peintre. I mean, what a win. What a win, right? And a team win.
Yeah.
Right. So if you kids at home watching bike racing, that was a great team game that QuickStep played, and all 114 pounds of this guy.
Not only that, coming from Group 2 and showing like mad focus and poise all the way up to climb, doing the work with Ben Healy, bridging up to Enric Mas, and then Ben Wilde, the MVP of the stage, coming up.
Yes.
I mean, how exciting was that
Very
stage?
exciting.
I think the most exciting stage of the
It
tour
was
so
very
far.
exciting. Yeah.
We thought he came out of the crowd.
Yeah.
I didn't know where he came
I know.
I never even seen him in the race. It looked like he was on an e-bike at one time.
You said Remco can jump back in.
Yeah,
for
I
a
mean,
second.
I actually thought he was a spectator for a minute because we hadn't seen him the whole climb.
We hadn't.
We'd just seen those guys going toe to toe with each other all the way up.
Yeah.
Enric Mas looked like he was going to. You thought he was going to get it at one time.
I did. I mean, when he went, being a top 5 finisher of the Tour de France, having 6 minutes on the yellow jersey, over a minute and change on the second group, dropping the Dutch guy on Ineos and Alaphilippe, I thought he was going to roll away with it.
It just shows you this race is wearing on. 16 stages in, you guys are just, you're seeing it, right? When we talk later in the show about the green jersey, you're really seeing it with a guy like Jonathan Milan just taking his toll. Right. And so today's show brought to you by Zwift. So they recently rolled out its new Cog and Click, got it right here, product. You can use almost any bike you already own, even one from any old random store that you go to. and it still feels like you're on a top-end smart trainer. Zwift-ready trainers are available from all the top manufacturers, Wahoo, Garmin, Elite, Jet Black, and Decathlon, setting a new benchmark for indoor training. All Zwift-ready trainers come with the new Zwift Cog and Click installed, making them ready to ride from the box. No extras needed, so simple, and no need to remove your consent. And did you know that now outdoor rides count towards your Zwift fitness score? So I got a score yesterday. I rode my bike yesterday on the rest day by myself.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up there.
All you need to do is link your bike computer to the Zwift companion app. That's a big development. So seriously, I'm getting points for that. But you're right. I didn't call you. I was going to spend a little time
with your favorite person.
I wasn't going to say it. Also today brought to you by Ekoi. We are pleased to announce and welcome them to the show for the second year in a row. Ekoi is a leading brand in Europe specializing in cycling equipment from head to toe. It is one of the few brands that truly develops its products in close collaboration with pro athletes across all disciplines: road cycling, triathlon, gravel, mountain bike. Most represented brand in this year's Tour de France. 4 teams: Israel Premier Tech, Lotto Destiny, Arkea B&B Hotels, and Cofidis. Ekoi also equips numerous riders with shoes. And check this out. They even have the new Ekoi PW8, which is this shoe pedal setup that is, I must say, quite sexy.
I just had a pair arrive at my house. I cannot wait to try them.
Yeah, I could change the game there. Products are available exclusively online at Ekoi, E-K-O-I, ekoi.com. The entire Ekoi website is currently on sale until the end of July. So you got, 2 weeks. Discounts of up to 60%. Head on over to ekoi.com. George, Brad, do we have the Dream Shot? The Dream Shot, we do have one bottle of the Dream Shot. It has been going very quickly here at the studio.
Yeah, I thought we had a bunch of them, but they're kind of coming harder and harder to find.
I got some too, yeah.
Well, it seems to be all gone. And when I say gone, I mean see in the douches. We launched it about a week ago, and it's already sold out. They've sold over 50,000 bottles. This just goes to show that over half of Americans, for example, struggle with sleep. So if you wake up during the night, just give the Dream Shot a try. You can pre-order right now at thefeed.com and get the next lineup for the next delivery.
Yeah,
August the 4th.
I just got this one off the feed, and it's helping me train at altitude in the gym, nitric oxide.
Can we get Lance on some of that? Because maybe he'll start inviting me on some of these rides, or not complaining as much on the rides.
Just chill.
It's Nitric Oxide Pro. It boosts your blood flow, originally developed for people with high blood pressure. I use it daily, and I can definitely feel it when I'm riding, but I definitely notice it when I'm playing tennis as well. Just 2 pills a day and last 24 hours.
Yeah, and you can get these test strips. You put them in your mouth for 5 or 6 seconds, take it out, and the more purple it is, the more nitric oxide you've got in your system.
Nothing about the circulation today.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does produce.
The desk was starting to lean a little.
Increases
the last
blood
few
flow
times.
everywhere. Lance.
These guys over at the feed, they have all the new stuff, and including my favorite ad. Thank God for Sir Bradley Wiggins, because that feed ad that we see so often on Peacock is just a lot better than Sky Rizzy.
Can you talk like that for the rest of the show?
I can do.
Okay, let's do it.
Don't forget to feed the animals. Thefeed.com.
TheMove.com.
Don't go there.
Yeah, I don't know where that takes you.
Let's do it.
Don't forget to get your hoodie now on thefeedmerchandise.com.
George was wearing his hoodie when we
Took
came
it
down
off.
here.
He's now ready.
I walked in this morning. I was late. I wasn't helped by a peloton that was going 50 kilometers an hour. But when I finally got up post rest day, family was gone. Wife was down in Denver with Grace at seeing Mumford and Sons.
Oh, man.
Now I understand why you went riding alone. You love your me time, don't you?
She
You
said,
love it.
I think I'm going to go down and to the show with Grace. I was like, okay. So I can play golf with my buddies and just do nothing?
Go biking with your buddies? Oh, maybe not. No, go biking by yourself.
So I'll go ride with my favorite person, play golf with some homies, kind of just come home, chill, do nothing, scratch a pelota all alone.
Found your shoes.
I found my slippers. Thank you, Bradley. But no, when I finally got up, it was on. And I remember thinking, geez, I'm not going to get down to the studio until they have already started them on too. It's just such a special climb. I said it the other day, and I do believe it. And I saw a clip that Johan backed me up on this, which is pretty rare. I think it's the hardest climb in France. It's certainly, and there's some great climbs in France, some very hard climbs in France. I don't think any of them are this hard and also have the mystique of the Ventoux. I just love the vibe of it. Here it is in the middle of, you're in Provence. You saw it if you watched the race. You saw the helicopter shots. It's just so gorgeous. I think Provence is, when they kicked me out of the U.S. And you're looking for me, just look for me in Provence. I'll be in Provence. I love it. The riding's great. And then bam, this massive mountain just appears out of nowhere. It's just so special.
It is. And one of my, not to do any plugs for former sponsors, but the BMC family has a hotel called La Coquillade. Beautiful. Yes. 30 kilometers from the base of Mont Ventoux. One of the nicest places I've ever stayed at. But a lot of people don't realize they show like when the climb actually starts. But we all know that like 5-7K run into the bottom of the climb, slightly uphill, super exposed, is about as hard as it gets. Yeah. I mean, any run into any horse category climb in the Tour de France. That's what makes this climb even more difficult than most of them.
And little do a lot of people know. I think most people are aware there is a backside. The riders and the teams and team cars would have gone down the backside today. There's actually a third side that comes up from another point up to Chalet Renard. So you would have done sort of the second half of the traditional Ventoux. But it's just incredible. You see it sitting there. It's just this bald mountain. I spent my whole career thinking, boy, the altitude is really weird here, that nothing can grow. Well, that wasn't, as I go digging this morning, the Ventoux used to be, the entire mountain was a forest. They started deforesting the mountain in the 1200s to support the shipbuilders down on the coast. And they've tried, there's been some efforts to make it a forest again. It's not looking like that's taken off anytime soon. It's also, and this is, because I asked this question the other day, and I certainly asked myself a lot, is why doesn't a climb this special with that much mystique and this much lore and so much history, both good and bad? How many years has it been, Professor, since we did the Ventoux? It's been quite a few years.
Well, we did 2021. We did it twice in a stage, but it didn't finish on top. It descended.
Wout van Aert won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then remember there was the disaster, was that 2016, where they had to move the finish down and then they compressed all the fans. Richie Porte ran into a motorbike. Chris Froome is running without his bike. Yeah. Not a good situation.
Maybe that's scared him off from doing it for a couple of years.
Well, and it's as I was reading, UNESCO has deemed it some special environmental site. So you have to imagine that the impact on the mountain, with 1 million spectators, all their campers, all their stuff, that a lot of people probably unfortunately leave some stuff behind. I suspect that's the reason we don't see it more often. Nonetheless, Valentin Paret-Peintre, whatever. I can't get it. I mean, this is a hard game to play on any level. If you're 114 pounds and you're quacking in the Tour de France for 3 weeks, that's got to be hard for him to still be in this race and to punch and counterpunch with Ben Healy, the Energizer Bunny of the 2025 Tour. I mean, we said it when we said this is one of the most exciting stages so far.
Yeah, I mean, this kid has made his career today.
Oh,
He's an instant French national hero. The way he rode it, I keep saying, just complete poise, confidence, going after Ben Healy, never overdoing it. And then Ben Wilder coming up at the last minute. What textbook teamwork? It couldn't have gone more perfect for them. It was really fun to watch.
He came out of nowhere though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, was he in the original break, Spencer?
Well, the break went, remember, there was a 3-rider break early. It gets like caught and then a bigger break goes.
Right.
Yeah. I think he was in the chase group because they had Van Wilder and someone else up front. And then, but he must have gotten away on the flat, like at 50K an hour.
And if you watch the way the guys were racing, the breakaway, they were attacking from 4K out, maybe even 5. They were doing these mad attacks to try to drop each other and then slowing down. Yeah. So, and then when Ben Wilder was able to ride his pace, probably could see him the whole time and just thought, man, if I can get up there. I mean, he didn't even hesitate. It was such an awesome display of teamwork. I love watching that. I mean, that's what teamwork is all about. Something like that where he just puts it all on the line for himself, knows that his guy has got the best chance to win, and just does the most amazing job for his team. And you could see it at the finish line when he ran up to him and just like totally hugged it out, was so happy with it.
But he had, anytime you're in that situation, right, you've got a decision to make. So for him, he would have to go as hard as he possibly could to stay out there, to even remotely affect the race. Or you just say, look, I've kind of done my job. I'm not nobody, literally nobody, including us, is talking about me. I'll just put it in the biggest cog and just chill up this thing and make the time cut.
Yeah,
like that's
one of the most questions I get asked. Like, how did you do so many years, like helping out Lance, helping out Cadel Evans, Mark Cavendish? But as a rider in the team, there's no better feeling than being able to pull off, like helping your teammate win, but being a major part of it and knowing that you put it all on the line. So for him to go home tonight, he's happy. I mean, he feels like he knows he was the differentiating factor.
For sure.
Maybe other people will be like, why didn't you go for the win? Well, he knew what he could do for his team that day, and he did it, and it was incredible to watch.
Can you imagine how hard he must have chased?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I guess it's a good lesson too, like always, if you're domestique, like just keep riding.
Yeah,
because they slowed down and he was able to catch them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's that point where he has a decision to make.
Yeah.
And maybe he's getting some, I'm sure he's hearing from the car with some strategic advice, but
I wonder if the car even, there's so much going on in the Ventoux. People, you know, they're attacking. I wonder if they even knew he was creeping back in. There's probably a good chance that when he rolled up, they're like, "Oh shit, we're back in it. Let's go get back in the front."
Well, you know what? I mean, Ben Will. Turns out he is from Belgium, and it also turns out that Belgians actually know how to race bikes.
Yeah,
It's
not
kind
a
of
bunch of
second
Cat
nature
5s.
for them. Unfortunately for Quinn Simmons a couple of days ago, it's just a different world, right? They think very strategically.
Well, and if you're a young rider in Belgium, you're getting roughed up. Even if you're very talented, maybe is a way you wouldn't. If you're an American, I mean, you guys probably were just riding off the front of every race you did in the U.S. Here's a question.
I know I was. Sorry, Bobby.
Does this Soudal QuickStep team, you'd be watching this saying, man, if I'm a GC contender, that looks like a nice team to be on, which makes it weird that Remco's allegedly trying to leave. Like, it actually looks like a nice landing spot for a GC contender.
Well, not only that, but it's just such a, testament to the depth and the strength and the will of this team that, they lost their GC guy. They came into the Tour de France, basically giving Tim Malier as a free card, like, hey, go for the sprints. If you want to stage, great. They won 2 stages?
3 stages.
3 stages. Well, 2 with Tim, right? And then their GC.
They've won 4.
They've won 4 now.
Yeah,
that's right. With Remco won the time trial. Their GC guy goes home, so now they're like, well, what do we have now? And then this guy steps up to the plate, makes it an opportunity, wins the biggest stage of the Tour de France so far.
First French rider to win a stage. Did we say that already?
No, but that is the first French rider of this year's tour. And then for a hot second, Enric Mas, it was looking like he could potentially pull it off. That would have been the first Spanish stage victory, 2025. These are things, you go back 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, you would never expect to be uttering those words.
No. Yeah.
The other big story today is Jonas Vingegaard. I didn't hate it.
It was good.
I didn't hate it.
I thought it was really good.
I thought his team was also exceptional. Had guys up there. He had help along the way. Look, man, the kid's trying.
Yeah, I don't know if it was wishful thinking, but there was a moment where it looked as though Tadej was swinging a little bit on his first acceleration.
Yes.
And we got a bit excited, didn't we? But after that, Tadej just seemed to get better and better as the climb went on, and it was never in doubt. But Jonas, I think that was one of the best days he's had.
We there's no doubt there is no hiding on Mont Ventoux.
No.
Zero hiding. And interesting comment from Jonas Vingegaard in the press conference on the rest day was that he had the 4 minutes come just from 2 bad days that were subpar performance for him. He knows what he can do performance-wise. Today, you saw what he can do performance-wise. He's right there with Pogačar on the hardest climb in the Tour de France. No hiding. And we thought maybe he was swinging a little bit, but
he's lost.
Not likely, but maybe he was hurting.
80% of his deficit in 70 minutes of racing.
Yeah.
And
interesting.
You saw that he's 0.01% behind Pogačar. They're almost equal.
Yeah.
Like, it's just those bad moments have sunk him.
I think Tadej Pogačar is in whatever the ripe old age of where is Tadej now? What, 26 years
26.
old? 26 years old. I think he's learning the game, right? And we all fall for this too. So, look at his face. He's suffering. if you watched 5 seconds earlier, he caught Jonas's wheel while he was in the saddle.
Yeah.
So I think he's learning to play the game, even in his comments to the press, which I love. Right? Like don't just let these people play you like a fiddle. Play them back. So, ripe old age is 26, just getting salty.
Does he have 7 more tours in him? That's the question.
He might. That'd be something.
The way he's going, yeah. Wouldn't put it past him.
All right, we'll be back in 2 and 32. All right, welcome back, everybody. If you watched the race, you saw that they were going this 2-man race behind Tadej Pogačar and Jonas Vingegaard. We're going very fast. In fact, I thought everybody was going fast when Healy and Paret-Peintre were attacking. I mean, they were from the helicopter shot. It looked like they were flying. Nonetheless, Tadej Pogačar sets the all-time record up Mont Ventoux. What did we say there, Spence? 54:41.
Yeah.
Beats a time from Iban Mayo that we were actually in that race, did in a time trial in the Dauphiné Libre in 2004, was it?
Yeah, 2004. 55:51.
55:51. So those two guys, of course, Tadej got in for 2 seconds on the line, so he's now the official best time ever, 1:10.
And that's a time trial.
That was a time trial. So just for those at home, I mean, started at the bottom, finished at the top. No 3 hours or 2.5 hours of going 50K an hour, wearing out the legs. And if you believe what the report said, there was a lot of headwind on the second part of the climb. It didn't seem like headwind to me, but those were the reports. Nonetheless, new best time ever. Up.
Well, on the broadcast, they were saying like, "Oh, if Tadej was healthy, he probably wins this." It's like, well, he got the record by 1:10. That seems pretty good.
This goes right into what I was just saying. He's perfectly healthy.
Yeah,
perfectly healthy.
We should mention he did have a good draft, which you wouldn't get in a time trial because he was in the wheels basically the whole time except for that one attack.
That's true.
And he was sitting behind Visma, sitting behind, and they're going 12 miles an hour average.
Yeah, that's
so the draft's not nothing.
I'll take my chances in a one-off time trial than a stage like that. Draft or no draft.
What was your time on Alpe d'Huez in the time trial versus?
I have no idea. That's Bradley.
It must have been your fastest time, I'd assume. The time trial.
I don't know.
Johan would know, or somebody would know. I love seeing how we mentioned earlier how aggressive Vingegaard was, putting a lot of time on third place, which now he can really just race all out, not worry about keeping his podium spot. He's got 6 minutes on third place. So I think we're going to see a lot more aggression out of him and his team, which, like you mentioned earlier, they had a great race today. Super aggressive. Had guys scattered all the way out throughout the climb that were able to wait for Jonas and help pacing him and try to make a difference with Pogačar. They didn't, but I think it was the first time this tour that we actually saw a little grimace on Pogačar's face.
Yeah. It'll be interesting after tomorrow's stage, the next 2 days, where they've got several climbs before the last climb, which I think really suits Jonas. This Jonas anyway that we've seen today.
Well, to George's point, and we just said it. I mean, this is a 2-man race, right? Vingegaard's 4:15 behind. You got to go all the way down to 9:03 down to find Florian Lipowitz and our man. Oscar Onley. I love this story. He's now 2 minutes. I mean, this now starts to become a big deal for him. He's having the race of his life. I don't think he expected to be in this position. Boy, he's right there. It is a very big deal to finish.
Someone's knocking.
Yeah, but he lost. He suffered today at the end. But
who's coming?
Roglic.
Our boy Roglic.
Well, we
creeped into 5th place in the overall.
He seems to be working for
within
Lipowitz,
spitting distance of Lipowitz was cracking today.
There was a little bit of
at one point Lipowitz attacked Roglic, and then Roglic, being the veteran that he was, just kept his pace and was clearly stronger than Lipowitz at the end. And like Bradley said, the 2 days after on Thursday, Friday are going to be carnage.
Yeah,
a guy like Roglic, I mean, hasn't crashed this tour. I'm thinking he's podium.
Yeah, I don't think Primož Roglic is laying awake at night hoping he can be on the podium.
Well, that's the thing. Doesn't have the pressure he's had this year. He's even said, "I'm just trying to ride, have fun,
get a stage
win." He's going to creep
however,
his way in there.
Lipowitz and Onley, I mean, these guys are laying awake at night trying to figure out a way and figure out a dream to finish on the podium. This will be a fun story to. And there's a lot of hard days. I mean, 2 minutes is a long time, but some of these stages coming up.
Yeah.
So are you saying you wouldn't want to see Roglic on the podium?
No, I didn't say I didn't want to. I just said I think.
I think the fact that he's not sitting up worrying about it because he's won 5 Grand Tours is definitely an advantage.
Yeah.
Did it not look like he could have dropped Lipowitz?
100%. He was waiting for him.
Yeah, which makes it, if he's going to, Lipowitz would really have to fall apart then for Roglic to ride away and beat him for the podium. That's my concern.
Another interesting update today. Mathieu van der Poel does not start. Was, I guess, sick. And then now has been diagnosed. This to me is, I couldn't believe the hell has been diagnosed with pneumonia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty. I've never heard of anybody getting pneumonia.
That's heavy.
Driving the brake on Sunday.
Yeah.
He posted his recovery score. It was 1% on.
Is that doctored?
Whoop.
We have questions about this.
Yeah, 1% recovery.
It's a strange one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got pneumonia, you know you got pneumonia.
I would think.
Yeah.
I've never had pneumonia, for the record.
I haven't, but it's pretty severe. I mean, it's a hospital job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt 2.5 weeks into the Tour de France, I'd say 70% of the pelotons coughing, sneezing, stuffy, rolling around half sick. That's just part of the Tour de France.
Is this like his broken wrist though? And then remember a week later he's racing, and it's like, well, was it broken or like some things get lost in translation?
I can't imagine him pulling out of the Tour de France for something else after this because he's in the clear running for the green jersey, which would have been huge. But he's won everything.
His big objective this year is mountain bike world championships. And then Johan said yesterday he talked to someone close to Van der Poel that said he's not interested in the green.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying.
Well, if he wasn't interested, why was he going for these bonus sprints?
Yeah, that's what I thought was strange.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the first time we've ever heard of it, but
I'm salty because I bet on him yesterday to win the green jersey.
I heard you went all in.
Now
you lost on the MMA fight,
fact.
and then Gabriel flicked you on the MMA fight.
Wait, what's his face lost? The
Cajun.
The Cajun.
He lost in New Orleans.
Apparently, Gabriel said there was no chance he could
can't lose. He's at home. He's beaten Holloway twice.
They went all in on the bet. And then Spencino over here goes, "Don't worry, I got it. Van der Poel's getting the green. Today he's out of the race." So, my investment did not go through on your fund, right? Because I think there was some mix up with the wire.
Yeah, and then live bet Pogačar plus 100 mid stage to win this stage. The fund might be closing up shop.
Also going to get real interesting here. I don't know what we've done. 16. How many
16
stages? How many
stages?
stages? The 16 stages. We have only 5 left. Is that right? Do my math for me.
Not only that, 5 left. 15 teams.
There's 15 teams
without a win. Have we ever gotten this far into the race without 15 teams winning a stage?
Maybe like the early days of the Tour, but not in modern times.
Big teams, big budgets.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of these teams, their whole year relies upon them getting a result here. So it's just going to be crazy, hectic racing this final week of the Tour.
One question for you guys. French teams without stage wins. A French rider just wins. French rider was on French team last year.
Yeah.
How does this happen? Like, how does he get away from decathlon to go to a Belgian team?
Well, you never know the dynamics, personalities. Lots of teams put a lot of emphasis on the ambiance of the whole team, not necessarily numbers and results. So you don't know what happened there.
Yeah, definitely with French teams, there's a change of environment, change of mentality. When you're in a French team, you know you're at the Tour de France. The pressure is on every day in the bus. And just getting out of that. Sylvain Chavanel did it years ago.
Yeah.
Broke out and started taking yellow in the Tour. And, it's from being in a different environment. He's been in an environment where the attention has been focused on Remco and his achievements and what he could accomplish in this race. And so he's had a pretty much easy Tour from that point of view, other than helping Remco. And once Remco's gone home, he's able to flourish.
Yep.
Yeah. It is crazy when you're at the Tour and they just, I don't know, anonymous Cofidis rider finishes, like the swarm of press around them. Like the pressure must be.
Really I mean, he'll be in the Soudal bus hearing stories that no Frenchman has won a stage at this race. But the journalists outside his bus aren't asking him those questions. Yeah. But outside every French bus, it will be even spoke about in the team meetings in the morning. Yeah. Come on, we need to be the first French team. So the pressure cooker that it builds through that 3 weeks is immense. And lots of French riders flourish when they leave and get out of France. They do. historically.
Kind of like when you left your French team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The pressure cooker was too much. Yeah. I mean, so Van der Poel leaves the race, probably not going to win green. So you'd think, well, Jonathan Milan's going to win green, right? Yeah. No, skunked in the intermediate sprint today. Just the breakaway's too intense. He tried to get in it, couldn't get in it, dropped back. His team, you can't control it at that speed. Pogačar is now 11 points behind. Yeah. He's like a great white shark.
It's funny. A guy like Jonathan Milan, incredible cyclist, amazing track rider, best sprinter in the world, probably never really had to make early breakaways. Yeah. It's a whole new thing for him. Yeah. Probably hard to figure it all out. It's not something that he does all the time, so you can see it. I mean, these guys that are going in these breaks are breakaway specialists. That's all they do. That's their only shot to win a stage. But at the same time, he's going to have to start figuring it out if he wants to keep that green jersey.
Is this Jonathan Milan's first Tour de France?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what he's really getting at now.
Yeah.
Well, John, no.
Not the Giro.
Well, this is not the Giro, baby.
I would not want Tadej Pogačar knocking on my door for the green jersey.
This is
he's losing some sleep over that.
I have said this for 2.5 weeks. This is the Tour de France, folks. This is a different beast. This isn't the Giro, right? This isn't the Vuelta. This isn't anything else. And Jonathan Milan is understanding what the legs start to feel like in this race. It's just everything is elevated here, and it's just that much harder.
What's a good, is there an example you can give for people at home, the difference between the Giro and the Tour, like an intensity of the racing?
Yeah, I would say this, I mean, for us,
Giro.
I did the Giro once, like half of it. It's just, and back then it was like one day full gas, one day easy. I think nowadays every race is full gas from the gun, but it's certainly a lot less attention, a lot less pressure for foreign riders. Obviously very intense and lots of pressure for Italian riders. But in France, the pressure comes from everywhere because it's the biggest race in the world. There's a lot more pressure, a lot more attention that goes into this race.
You do still get stages of the Giro where there's no break and they're rolling along at like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen at the Tour.
No, it doesn't.
Today's show also brought to you by Ketone IQ. We've been talking about it each and every day. They are our presenting sponsor. A couple of options now. We got the Ketone IQ Classic Shot, 10 grams of ketones. Then new, the Ketone IQ Plus Caffeine. So it's 5 grams of ketones and 100 milligrams of caffeine, all based from green tea. 2-stage energy. Pretty sick there. Clinically proven to boost athletic performance in a placebo-controlled study with trained athletes. Ketone IQ boosted average spent power by 19%, peak power 13%, cut fatigue by 10%. All kinds of other cool things, improved blood flow, higher muscle oxygenation, better endurance and stamina. Take your shot. Get 20% off your order at ketone.com/themove. Use the code THEMOVE. Ketone.com/themove. Take a shot. Also brought to you by Timeline. As someone who's trained hard most of my life, I've learned that real performance doesn't just come from the gym. It starts at the cellular level. That's why I take MitoPure by Timeline. It's a supplement that supports cellular energy by helping your body renew its mitochondria, those tiny little powerhouses inside your cells that start to slow down as you age. It's happening. Bradley had to go to the drugstore yesterday and buy readers.
I did.
So it is happening. I think your mitochondria is slowing down. The science is strong. MitoPure is clinically shown to improve muscle strength in just a few months, and it supports healthy aging at the cellular level, which is something I care more and more about each and every year. If you want to stay strong and support your body at its foundation, go check out MitoPure. Head on over to timeline.com/themove to get started. You'll get 20% off as a listener of The Move. That's timeline.com/themove. All kinds of fun facts today. Where are my other facts about the Ventoux? Oh, that little weather station at the top. It's I love history. Did y'all know that? I do. I love Wikipedia, except mine. That's a fact. Whose phone is on? Somebody.
Not me.
Got to be Wiggo.
It's not me.
Wait, is it me? Shoot. No, it's not me.
I have a little history for you, too. You know, Melanie, my wife, gave the yellow jersey to Varenk in 2002 on top of Mont Ventoux.
Wow.
Yeah.
A moment she holds dear. Sure.
She couldn't find any pictures, though.
The weather station must be.
No, it was It's from 1882. Certainly doesn't look like it's. This is according to Wikipedia from 1882. That's kind of the, when people, and it's really cool. A lot of people do make the trip to Provence to ride the Ventoux, and that's kind of the iconic photo you get at the top, and you've got that weather station in the background. 1882.
It's got to be well built. Strong winds up there.
Oh yeah,
like
it's just a. I mean, it's big. When
it almost
you get
looks like a spit, like what you would build on Mars or something if you wanted to live there. It's like very.
I think it's the highest recorded winds in all of France, isn't it?
Real? I
That's
believe
what I've
that.
read before. Yes.
Wow.
The Mistral, they call it, don't they?
The Mistral, yeah.
Blows through Provence.
Should we
Tomorrow's
look at tomorrow's stage? Because again, this just keep in mind what we just told you. There are 15 teams in the race who have not won a stage. Everybody's tired. So Bradley, to your point, these French teams, but frankly, a lot of other teams are getting a real stern talking to every morning in the team bus. And time is running out. And then you throw in a day like this. That is the thing that sticks out to me the most about this stage is it's short. So anybody that even is tired of thinking, well, boy, I got to try something. It's not a 220 kilometer stage. It's 160 kilometers. That to them is short. That really, I think that just opens up the race and animates everything. And it's going to be, I mean, somebody's going to take a Jackie Durand, right? Just taking a flyer at kilometer zero.
Well, that happens now, guaranteed kilometer zero.
Yeah, I'm never awake for that, but I take your word for it.
They definitely attack from kilometer zero. And like I mentioned before the show to Spencer, I thought like Trek's only option is to control that. But now looking at the profile a little bit,
and the sprint points
more in
up
depth,
the climb.
and the sprint points up the climb. Milan's been hurting on the climbs. They're going to have a tough time controlling that. But if we still had Philipsen and we still had all these sprinter teams, they can definitely work together to keep
Phillips.
it for a sprint. But we don't have him. You know, the teams are getting tired. 15 teams without a win. They have no option but to go and break away tomorrow. It's going to be mass chaos tomorrow from the start.
Yeah, it's a big day for Milan tomorrow, isn't it?
You almost have to hope a break goes early. You then control the gap and then somehow make it a sprint finish. Like you've got to let the break go as early as possible, let them cook, and then reel them in before the finish.
Correct.
Which team, if you had to just pick one, which team has the most pressure to perform?
AG2 or Decathlon.
Big budget coming
I think
into
that's
it.
right. Yeah. Especially after today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is the kid who just won on Mont Ventoux. You let go. Then you read the reports. You're coming in with a $40-50 million budget starting in 2026. Your French team.
Are the Marseille shipping people calling in saying, why is that guy not on the team right now? Probably a little bit of pressure.
It's not far. They're not calling. They're sending somebody up the hill there.
And you know what's crazy is all these teams haven't won a race or a stage, and then Uno X, a wild card invite, has won.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they affected the race today. They're racing their bikes.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys are aggressive. They make the breakaways. They're in it for a shot at the top 10. They started from the first stage. They had 2 or 3 guys in the first group of a very smaller, select group. So they've had an incredible race. Kudos to Thor and that whole team for putting together such a solid program.
This other storyline, yet another Tadej Pogačar storyline. He's now in the lead in the polka dot jersey, climbers category. Shaping up. He might get 3 jerseys in Paris.
Yeah.
I think we kind of riffed on that a week ago.
Does he want?
Yeah, I would say I don't even think he wants that.
I don't even think he's thinking about
Lenny Martinez is going to go all in on Thursday and Friday to get in the early break, get those points. Hopefully he can get that KOM jersey back.
Yeah, because those are key stages. Like stage 18, 3 HC climbs, 2 before the final one. So if Lenny can pick up both of those, Tadej wins the stage. They're still even because it's double points.
And think about it. I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but Bahrain has not done anything else in this Tour de France. They're all in for the KOM jersey. If they go home without anything,
right.
They're one of the biggest budget teams as well. They need that polka dot jersey.
Bahrain. It mirrors years ago. They started sponsoring this team, and we had the show course in George's. Were you listening back there, Brad? George?
Yeah.
He could not say Bahrain. Bahrain. It was bro, come on. These poor people spending all this money on the team. You got to say the name right. Try it right now, George. Say it.
Bahrain.
Nailed it.
It's
perfect.
getting better.
The only thing about Lenny is he's like last wheel looking behind him on these stages, and you're like, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. Well, Buitrago, there was about a minute there where Buitrago was in that group before, and of course from Colombia, which George always loves. But I mean,
the minute George tips them, they seem to go backwards.
I know. I thought he was going to win.
You should just.
Would have that been the first Colombian ever to win on Ventoux, or?
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Probably, right?
That's a good question.
That would have been nice.
That seems a little hard to believe, but
he's coming around. I would guess he's going to be in the breakaways on Thursday and Friday as well. So he's got chances.
It would have been, at least at the Tour de France, it would have been the first Colombian. Also, just an example of how much harder the Tour is than the Giro. So today, Pogačar, just quick estimation, back of the napkin.
Oh, here comes cue the Spencer haters. Go ahead.
About this actually.
Is it about criteriums?
This seems somewhat reasonable. So 6.5 watts per kilo. That's like counting in the drafting for Pogačar. And then Simon Yates on the Finestra. It's similar length climbs, about an hour long, both of them, 6.2 watts per kilo. That's at a little bit higher altitude. So you have to take that into effect. That's at the Giro d'Italia, stage 20.
And it's on dirt.
And it's on dirt, so you're not going to produce similar power.
I mean, the Ventoux is very steep, but that I will say it's about the Giro and Italy as a whole. The climbs are steeper.
Yeah.
Right? You think about things like Mortirolo and things. I mean, these are unbelievably steep. So watts are easier to come by, but
so it's just slightly more power needed. Like 6.2 watts per kilo on the Ventoux, you're finishing probably with Florian Lipowitz. Like just a little bit hotter at the front on the stages. Yeah.
Time for our Ventum trivia of the day. It's been 2 days. The question was, which rider holds the record for the longest successful solo breakaway starting from Carcassonne? Did it in 1947. It was multiple choice. I always loved multiple choice when I was in school. It's like, I think there's like there's some safe answers. Like you always pick C or something. That's if you just don't know, you got to obviously pick one. You got a 1 in 4 chance. Options were Louison Bobet, Albert Boulogne, Jean Robic, Andre, blah, blah. Anyways, the answer, the correct answer, Albert Boulogne, B. Today's question. In 2016, race leader and eventual winner Chris Froome famously ran up a portion of the slopes of Mont Ventoux. Why was he forced to run? I don't know. I can't remember why he was forced to run, but I can remember. I can remember that was first of all, just wild to see, but there was, then all the talk, well, are you allowed to do that?
You're definitely not allowed to do that. I'm like, I will die on this hill. He should have the time should still be running on that. He didn't, you cannot finish the race without your bike. Simple.
Well, he did finish with his bike.
I think he ended up getting a bike.
He got a second bike, but you can't just leave your bike and run down the course. You have to go back to where you left your bike.
The Tour is wearing on him.
But in criteriums, you can get a different bike.
It's wearing on.
Well, you get the new bike where you leave your old bike. The rules are so clear on this. Come on, ASO.
It's wearing on the professor.
I want that tour stripped from Chris Froome.
I mean, for a guy from Boulder, dude, I'm gonna die. You're gonna die on that hill, bro.
Is that Bear Mountain?
That's Boulder, dude.
Yeah.
You can't. You're getting tired. You can't say things like that.
I'm quite tired. Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
We got questions?
Yeah, we do. So
I have a question. No.
Would Justin Williams have won today on Ventoux? No, I'm kidding. That's not the question.
Boy, this race is wearing on, folks. It is time for this to be over.
This isn't really.
Spencer, I didn't tell you. You get to stick around for 8 more days and cover the Tour de France Femme avec Zwift.
I don't know how you do
a bunch
that.
of buddies coming up from Texas. I got a lot of tea times, a lot of action, a lot of big money games. I haven't told you yet, but I've talked to Allie and Mari.
Is the cat coming? That's the big question.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Get to the question. We're going to get in trouble.
What happens with all the money the UCI collects from fines? This is from Chad.
Good question.
It's an
Nobody
excellent
knows,
question.
and nobody will ever know. Who knows?
Ski lift tickets, probably. It's what's.
Do we not know?
No.
Well, I have no idea.
Well, I think it goes into their
Would
budget.
go into the UCI's annual budget, you would think.
Yeah.
Christmas party.
Well, it's an odd incentive because, like, at some point they're counting on that money, so they have like a quota of fines they have to levy, or else they're aren't able to operate.
These aren't big fines in the grand scheme. When you think about the size of the event.
You think the biggest one that I was just handed out was $5,000?
And that was the biggest maybe ever, they said. Did I read that? So, I mean, if you think about Formula One, these guys are getting fined, 250, 500 million. Like those are fines, folks. Ryder throws a bottle or whatever. What 250 Swiss francs. I mean, nobody's buying yachts, right?
I didn't realize there was fines for intimidation now. There was talk about it this morning about Niels Pollitt, the way he was marshalling the front of the peloton and marshalling brakes and stuff. And there was a level of intimidation, apparently, the commentary team was saying. And he could get a yellow card tonight in the communique because of his intimidation, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Well,
I can assure you.
These are grown men. Yeah. It's like.
And you get 2.5 weeks into the Tour de France and you've been controlling the breakaways for 2 weeks of that, you start getting frustrated and you start getting cranky.
Well,
that is.
And they have the power to not listen to you.
Yeah,
but you start dishing out yellow cards for supposed intimidation. Well, I mean, who decides that?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Got to keep those lift tickets going. They need to get those fines out.
It's a good question, though.
So this is from Louis.
Leon.
Where do you guys think the friction between Tadej, Pogačar, and Mathieu Jorgensen comes from? Does it go back to stage 19 of last year's tour where Tadej passes Mathieu on Isola 2000 with 2K left and wins the race?
No.
It doesn't quite explain why Tadej is then marking Mathieu. But would you guys know where this friction comes from?
No, but you talked about that list, which was interesting and kind of disturbing. But no, I have no idea. I think the fact that they're just kind of button heads the whole year, and obviously they're the number 1, 2 favorites in pretty much each Grand Tour they've done. I mean, think about what happened in Giro. I think it's just natural that they are going to start bumping heads, and hopefully, it's nothing personal and nothing serious. But yeah, you don't like to see that.
And I think it's natural that within a group of any group, if you put 200 fit, athletic men in any room, there's going to be personalities that clash, and you never know why, you never know when, but it happens, right? And something along the way has created this friction. Also, too, Mathieu Jorgensen is no pushover, right? I don't know him at all, really, but as I watch him, this is a kid who's he's gonna stand his ground, which we love, as we all should. And he's just not going to take shit. So that probably also doesn't sit well with.
I was going to say that he dares to have an opposing opinion on something.
That's right. And so hats off to him, and and on we go. And
we're going to start wearing T-shirts. Free Mathieu, Pogi. Please, free Mathieu. Let him go on the brakes.
Is that a play on something else, George?
Perhaps.
Johan sent me a video of, I think it was the 95 tour. It was Indurain, just in the yellow jersey, marking a guy out of the breakaway because he didn't like him.
Yeah, we had our guys. Vingegaard, for example. We never wanted to let him get away. Maybe not because we didn't like him, but we knew the damage he can inflict on us later on in the stage.
I didn't like him.
You didn't like anybody.
That's true.
But we had certain guys that if they would go, we'd be like, we're not letting him go. So definitely teams have these people on their hit list, so to speak.
I think there was a tour where Jan Ullrich was marking Vingegaard out of breakaways as he was his teammate. So I think that feeling might be mutual, Lance.
Yeah.
It did occur to me on the rest day, great athletes, generationally great athletes tend to dominate their competitors so much. It's like an extinction level event. Like if you think about Lance, you almost I don't want to say domesticated the other riders that could have challenged you. And then there's almost it's like someone dumps Roundup on the lawn and there's just everything dies and the others almost forget how to win. Same thing with Jordan. He was so dominant that everyone in the NBA stunk for 5 years after he left because they just mentally dominate people so much. And I kind of wonder if
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Same. Michael Phelps.
If this is an effort by Tadej to be I'm gonna get in this guy's head before he's even my challenger.
Could be.
Well,
that's it for here's another question.
We're going to leave it on that somber note.
No. I never thought we'd talk about Roundup on the move.
But
last question.
So
George wants it to be a nice, warm,
this is a nice one. I hope.
Make me happy.
Maybe he wants to say something nice.
So this is from Steve. We don't know. Mathieu could beat Tadej next year. This is from Steve. Who's the disembodied voice at the beginning of the show? Doing the French pronunciations.
Alain.
That's Alain.
Well, what's the back? Does he have a story? Is he AI?
You probably don't want to know the story.
No, Alain. No, it's not AI. His initials are AA. He's where's he? Alain is from Avignon.
Yeah,
he's lived in Aspen for many years.
1989 you came in.
89.
Me,
Think about that. This town in 1989. Here we sit. He's been here a long ass time. Local dude. And
drives a cool car.
Good rider.
Really cool car.
Yeah. Just an all cool dude. And then I don't know. I think first few years we would attempt to say it, and I had this idea. I was like, well, wait a minute. I know this French dude. Why don't we just have him? It's fun to have these little things. So that's who it is. Alain Azizi is his name.
Is he a chef?
No, he's I don't think
he's a real estate agent.
Yeah,
amongst other things, does investment.
Yeah, I think he's a man of all.
I think the most starstruck I've ever been is meeting him. that was.
You were starstruck about meeting Alain?
I was. I mean, you listen to him every stage.
So it sounds like Steve would be pretty excited.
Yeah.
So that's.
He was on the show last year.
Yeah, and he popped in the studio the other day. We'll have him towards the end, Steve.
He sat in that seat, Spencer.
Yeah.
Big shoes.
And then, of course, for the Tour de France Femme avec Swift, and I'm assuming we'll do it again, George. It'd be weird to have a LAN guy.
I actually just texted her because Dave Bolchka keeps reminding me.
Yeah, so for the women's tour, we'll have Mel Hincapie doing the pronunciations.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So Steve, just so you, but don't ask that question then because now I just gave you the answer. So
while he's on the golf course, you can
I'll be hosting
the stages.
Yeah, you'd be like, Mel, where did we go? What did we do?
I'm getting divorced if that happens.
And as
Are you
like,
going
honey,
back to Europe after this?
Yeah, honey.
Hey, you know what?
Just 8 more days with the kids. It's not that big.
You know
a
what?
deal.
Here's the bad news is you're going to get a divorce. The good news is you're going to go back to Boulder with a cat. Okay.
Me and the cat.
That is an inside joke over here at We Do and the Move. One of these, maybe somebody will talk about it during the women's race. I was about to say something and I can't remember. Anyhow, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in.